tell you a quick story. So this is maybe more along the lines of the quick story of how my first encounter with formal Zen training. Okay, and there was I don't know, probably not uncommon for many of you that I see, not uncommon for us to grow up, right? Being told the formulas, right? So you do this and this and this happens, this is the way the world works, all those sort of things. And, I was, late 20s, early 30s, and a lot of things weren't working out the way I was expecting. And I handed to Krishna Roshi. I went up on the internet, and for some reason I looked up this group of people training in Zen. I think I remember I shot him in like one particularly dark night. Shot him an email, I think it was like 12:30 in the evening. And wouldn't you know it, like 1 o'clock in the morning, got a reply. I was like, I can't remember, it was really quick. Just sort of like, I'm having a real tough time, kind of wondering if Zen will work. What do you say? Can I show up? And his reply was like, oh, not, maybe later, like in a month or so, check back. And I was like, and I was like, okay. He's like, I think the email was something along the lines of, there's a bunch of people coming from Hawaii, and we're going to have a special event. I was like, this would be a good first taste for you. So I was like, okay. Waited about a month, and I sort of shot another email back to him and was like, hey, I hear that is that event happening soon? Can I attend? It's like, oh yeah. Like in 2 weekends, show up at this time at this address. I was like, oh, okay. And it was here in Madison. It was at, Bedford Street, which is where we were before where we are here now. And I remember showing up, it was like some god-awful hour in the day. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I woke up at I was like 4 o'clock in the morning. They're like, yep, you better be there. If you show up late, the door's locked, you don't get in. And I was like, oh, okay. I woke up, I think I remember, I can't remember, but I remember I ate something really quick, jumped on my bicycle and rode downtown and went up there, and there's all these people. It's like, and they lined us up on the cushions the way that we do. And they're like, don't move. And people were getting hit with the keisaku if they moved, and it was just like, I was like, I'm not getting hit by that. I was just like sitting still. I was like, ah, it was tough. And I remember, it's like, these people are crazy. I love it. It resonated with me. And I remember the training. This was the first time I ever met who, became my Zen teacher, Green Roshi. And I remember just swinging swords, just ich, ni, san, chi, just again and again and again, just for like, it felt like hours. And every time I'd slow down, they're like, hey, keep going, keep going. And it just went all day long. I remember grabbing people, like we're doing pushing exercises. It was all young men, all men in their 20s. It was real, just like vigorous training. And I remember it got done like kind of like pretty late in the day, and I left feeling like $1,000,000. And I hadn't felt like $1 million for months. You know, just like the world was dark and gray. You know, the Kiai was just non-existent. I was a defeated man, you know, struggling. Everything was a struggle. Just getting dressed was a struggle. It was tough. And I was hooked. It was like, if that's what I got to do, if I have to go through all that, you know, it wasn't pleasurable, but it felt great. And that's what I needed. I needed someone to kick my butt and get me out of my head. Because, you know, basically I got stuck in my head. And, you know, I wasn't, you know, smart enough to know that that's what happened. You know, looking back, you know, that's what happened. It's like, yeah, I finally got out of my head for a day. And the effects were wonderful. It's like my interactions with everyone was completely different for a couple days. And then it faded off. And I was just like, give me some more. Give me some more. So I would say that's a good, you know, that was a good first experience of the transformative power of training in Zen. Before that day, before 3:30 in the morning on that day, completely different person than who I was, I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I can't remember, that evening. It was like, it was just like transformative in one day. And, you know, it's like there was something there that needed to get deeper because it didn't last. And that's sort of like, that's what got me started in this lineage of Zen.